Finally got the passenger door open so I could finish doing that panel the right way, and kind of a preview of the whole almost done project on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, well, attacking it again today, Tuesday the 8th, February, 9 o'clock in the morning here. I finally got my passenger door open. If you watched the last video, I got the panel put on and then I couldn't get the door open. Damn thing was stuck in there. I think because I didn't get the little, knobby thing that sticks through the hole up where you can push it up and down with your hand to stick up through that. It got stuck down in there and that made the door lock. And I couldn't access it from the outside even using the key. So I just stuck my good old vice grips in there, clamped that down where the handle attaches to, and was able to get that popped open. So now I can get that panel back off and we can continue the whole remodel process. Gonna try to get that panel done first. Then I've got to, if you watched my last video, I got all the insulation underneath. I need to put that board up. It got too late. I needed to get a new bit from Menards Sunday night. So we're gonna try to handle all that today. I'm gonna try to get this outer box, all the insulation on it, and get all the wood skin on it and everything so I can start doing that ice and water barrier wrap that I need to put on before I put on the diamond plate. So everything's continuing. Let's move on to the door panel. Yeah, there's the door slightly cocked open. Like I say, I used the old vice grips, just shoved them in right there, clamped down on that thing, and was able to pop it open. And we'll try to pull it back off, and we'll try to make sure we get it back on with a little knobby thing sticking right out through that hole like it's supposed to. And you can see it's not right now. Okay, you can see I got the panel back on. Haven't put the handles on yet, or the basket in the bottom, and tighten all that down. I want to make sure I can get the handle on there first before I tighten anything else down. And you can see now the little knobby thing is sticking through the hole like it should. That was the problem. That was causing it from opening up from the outside. So now we'll try to work on that handle. Alright, did get the panel all fully put together. You can see that little tray is back down there on the bottom. Got the handle back in it, minus a little bit of scarring I did when I was initially trying to get the handle off. Switch thing is sticking up where it should. That big handle's back on. Got those plugs back in. Had to figure out which one was which. But finally, that is all put together a few days later. But it's done. It always amazes me how long little things like that take. That should have just been a real quick project in the midst of the whole other big project we're doing here. But no, took a long time. Took me most of the morning to try to get that done. Now I did take a couple of phone calls, talked to John Hallgren again. Thanks, John. He helped me I had to kind of replan my whole theory about doing the back box that sticks out, and we'll get to that here in just a few minutes. But John helped me with that. And then I got to talk to another guy. Yeah, Steven out of New Jersey had emailed me while I was on vacation. And I said, oh yeah, give me your information. I'll call you when I get back. And I didn't get to it right away. And I finally called him back today. And then he called me back. And we got to talk for a nice while. And yeah, he's a carpenter. That's what he's done most of his life. And so he was giving me some other tips and suggestions on how to finish this whole thing out. So I appreciate that, Steven. Thanks a lot. It was nice talking to you. Yeah, he's from Jersey, Mahwah, and I know exactly where that is. There's a little tiny pilot there with no parking, so I've never bothered to go to that little pilot, but I knew exactly where he is. The top of, 287 before you jump into New York State, and then if you take a right after you hit the state line, you can go across what used to be the Tappan Zee Bridge. Now it's, the Mario M. Cuomo? Whatever. Same bridge. Well, it's the newer bridge. It looks nicer. And, of course, now they charge us more to drive across it. So, I'm not doing a lot more today on this. We're still dealing with my wife. Her father passed, and so I'm just trying to be as helpful as I can around the house. And so I had some honeydews today, and I got some more honeydews tomorrow, and all that to take care of. But anyway, got our pickup back. If you followed my videos, it didn't start last Thursday when it was butt cold. And I thought the starter went out. I was right. It was the starter. We had it towed to Fat Boys, this great tire and auto shop here in town in Cheyenne. Those guys are great. They take care of all of our vehicles. They got it done this morning. I picked it up this afternoon. They even came and picked me up. How about that for service? And it wasn't a bunch of money. They charged us for the starter plus only $89 in labor to put it in. You know, granted, it's a 22-year-old pickup, so I'm glad it didn't cost too much, but at least I have that available again. So that was nice. So I had to do another Menards run while I was out and finally had the pickup again. I needed to pick up a couple of more big, the 4x8 sheet wafer boards, which is what I'm using for the wood skin around the back of the truck for the box extension, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And then I had been talking to John Holgren, and he was saying I should use stainless steel screws so that it won't rust and run down my nice clean diamond plate and all that. Couldn't find stainless steel screws that would work for what I needed, but I did find these. These are sharp point roofing screws. You can use them on pole barns, which is what we use them for out here in Wyoming, baby. Thank you. But they are weather resistant, and I'll show you one here. They have a little rubber doohickey bob. Well, you can't even see it. I just lost it. Okay, little rubber doohickey thing before the head of the screw. Okay, and I needed a flat head type, and these are going to put on with a hex driver, so I got some of those. So these will work perfect to hold the diamond plate down on the wood skin. So I got 2 boxes of those because I didn't know how many I was going to need, but this way I can put in as many as possible, because that diamond plate is really pretty thin stuff, and I'll show you that again here in a minute. So I got a couple driver bits for that, and of course I got the big 4x8 sheets of the wafer board to finish what I'll be showing you just how about now. So here's where we stopped the other day, where I showed you I got all the insulation in underneath. This is the deck that's sticking out the back of my cab here. You can see there's the driver's side. And I got some of that wafer board sitting up there by the front tire. But this is the big extension that I built coming out the back, all right? And for those of you new to the channel wondering why I didn't extend down here, for one, I didn't want to have to move that condenser for the APU. I got my tire rack here. And plus, all of this wall was all structural. Up there was just fiberglass, okay? You can see where it curves around. And I took those upper fairings down, and I'm going to be covering those in the diamond plate too. You can get a little bit better look here in the back. Those damn fluorescent lights really bleed through on this thing, but yeah, there's the back of the truck, back of the cab, and there's the extension coming out. If I walk over here, you can see I've already put the wood skin on that side. It's on the left side. It's going to go underneath there. I'll work on that tomorrow. And I still have yet to put the insulation and the wood skin on the top. Then we're going to wrap it all in that ice and water barrier. Then we can start installing the diamond plate. Here's kind of another overview of the truck and everything. There's the ladder I've been using to put that side skin on. You can see where it extends out the back, and the reason I'm using the diamond plate to cover it is, for one, I don't have to paint that, and it should withstand the elements pretty well. Like I said, we're going to have the ice and water barrier on the back. And I did get some comments from people who are obviously newer to the channel saying, well, what's the box for? Well, that's holding my bed upstairs, a closet, and a nightstand area, and we'll show you that on the inside. So I thought, now that we're getting close to the finish of the project, this would be kind of a good time to give you an overall view of the whole deal. And so there's what's sticking out of the truck. And yes, those of you new to the channel, I've already checked. I've hooked my trailer up, and there is clearance even as I'm turning the trailer to a full 90 degrees. I've got room, and I can even slide my fifth wheel back 2 more notches, you can see right there, which I will probably do just to give it a little bit more room. So here's the diamond plate that's going to go on the outside. You can see right now it's covered in kind of a blue little, you can peel it back here, but it's that nice metal diamond plate. It's real thin. You can see it's even less than 1/8 of an inch. So it's going to be easy to screw up. It's easy to bend and mold. So I'm going to have it folding, and this is what I talked to John Holgren about today. So the top piece will fold over. I'll put an arrow in that top edge. Then that side panel will have an edge that'll fold over the under panel. So that way water will not want to catch in any places where I have to put a seam. And as I showed before, this diamond plate will match my diamond plate on my step there. I've showed before my APU, it's very dirty, but it's covered in diamond plate on that side. So, and my fairings, which will be going up there again, just as that fairing is there is a piece that goes above that. So half of that box will be covered by the fairing, which will also be covered in the diamond plate. Ooh. And the reason I'm covering the fairings in the diamond plate is because the paint is peeling off of those. All Freightliner Columbias, Coronados have this issue, even the older Centuries that have those big fairings that are up on the back. And when you have these stacks, like right here, on the side of the truck, you get that superheated exhaust that flows right by those upper fairings, and it cooks that paint and it bubbles, and it just shreds off. And, you know, this truck's over 5 years old, so I checked into getting them repainted, $1,200 to $1,400, and they couldn't even match the color. That would just be black. So I'm like, I'm putting the diamond plate all over the box anyway. Let's put the diamond plate on those upper fairings. That, again, I don't have to paint, and it should withstand the superheated exhaust just fine. It may stain it a little bit or something, but it's going to hold up better. So why not? So, like I said, I'm going to try to finish the insulation for the top, put the wood skin on there tomorrow. Then I'm going to start wrapping everything in the ice and water barrier before we put the diamond plate on. So that way, it'll all be nice and watertight, and ice and water shouldn't get in there, and it should all work very well. So, now that we've done all that, like I say, we're almost to the end of the project. Most of the stuff inside here is done. So, for those of you who are newer to the channel and haven't been following all along, I know there's been a lot of updates. We're at 91, 92, whatever the hell we're at, for crying out loud. So, I'll give you kind of an overview of what we've done here. I'll turn on all the lights and everything. I don't have those, when I have those lights on behind me that I put in the ceiling and everything behind me, it just floods out the camera. So, let's take the tour. Okay, as we start the tour, I want to show you really nothing's happening up here in the cabin or the driver area, except I've amassed a giant pile of stuff and tools and my notebook I do all my bad sketches in, and all these screws. These are from my fairings. Other screws here, you know, I got my Kleenex up here. Yeah, none of this is changing. I took the passenger seat out, which was here. Now it's covered in Menards bags. My wipes from Dunk, thank you, buddy. And my passenger door we just fixed. So nothing's really changing up here. I do want to point out, look, this is still a manual shift truck. You don't see a lot of these anymore, right? They're mostly all automatics now. This is a 13-speed. You got your little switch in the front, up and down, your side switch, so you can do the half gears. Yep, it's clutch, baby. See, here's the clutch pedal. That's why this is called Clutch Trucker, baby, yeah. Oh, and showing the manual transmission reminded me of how most of the newer trucks now are all automatic. And that reminded me all about this new channel on YouTube I found, Bobby Reach, who has just started with Schneider. And he's just documenting his first, couple of weeks. He's only a couple of weeks in so far. And he's showing the trials and tribulations, and I'm just kind of laughing at a lot of it because I'm like, yeah, been there, buddy. Been there, done that. So he's asking for some help, so I've been commenting on his channel and on stuff he's asking about. And so, Bobby, I hope you check this out because, yeah, you've been very, very entertaining. You're a funny guy. You're very well spoken. Your videos are fun to watch, and I know you're going to get a lot better at doing the videos because I have over the time. So, but cool to see your channel and fun to follow you. Bobby Reach on YouTube is his name. He's a new driver for Schneider, and he's showing you all the newbie trials and tribulations. He just had a busted airline. That, yeah, been there, done that too. Soon you'll know how to fix that on your own, Bal. So the whole sleeper remodel has been taking place, everything basically behind the seats. Okay, and over here you can see my coat line on the floor. But there's my stairs that I built. There used to be a cabinet right there, like there used to be on the driver's side, and there used to be a cabinet up above there. But there's not now because I needed my stairs to go all the way up so you can access my whole upper bunk area, which I'll show you in just a minute. Do you want to point out there's a vent I put in for my APU, which is down below the bunk. What used to be the bunk right there, because that used to be the bunk. Now there's a pet bed there, there's some paint, and there's everything else I've done. We'll get to that in a minute. And I built in storage in these stairways. So you can open this up, and there's storage back there, and I've got a power strip that's feeding my fridge and freezer. All right, here's my driver's seat, and here's everything we've done to this truck so far. This was most of the inspiration for this truck remodel. A toilet! That's right, baby. I have a toilet in this truck. It's a cassette toilet, and it aims that way back under what used to be the bunk, so I can access the cassette part, which is a mini black tank in the bottom of this toilet, which I can pull out on the side luggage door and empty it that way. We've added a sink. Look at that. We're adding this countertop that's going over the toilet area. This will all fold up this way, so when I'm using the toilet below, I have the light on now so you can see down there. It's a little dirty, but I can access that area below. This little false wall that I've had to put in over here that I can't fasten because of that panel. But I've utilized all the stuff that was in the truck. The nice vinyl padding. I built that chute for wiring. That's got my inverter up here in this cabinet I had to build. This feeds my whole electrical system, so I was able to add all the lights. I custom built this cabinet where the old one used to hang. Let's continue downstairs. This is a door underneath the sink area. There's going to be a shelf down there. There's a duct going up that chute that leads upstairs from my APU. Got a plug there that'll feed my microwave and Ninja Foodie. And also it's going to feed that power strip you saw inside that door under the stairs, which feeds my fridge and freezer. And speaking of those, look at this. I've got a hotel size fridge in here and a separate freezer, so I can keep larger items like frozen pizza, frozen entrees, and things in there. I had to move that vent back from the corner so I can still utilize that. This is going to be my seating area. Just got my pet bed in front of it now, but my wife is making custom cushions for me. There'll be a wall right there above where that toolbox is, so this will be an entire little love seat area. Now, here's my closet, so I can hang clothes, because look, it even has a closet rod. And now you can see back behind this area, which is where my microwave, my Ninja Foodie are, and there's the panel that feeds those. And that's going to be more storage. I'm going to put a box down there that I keep my underwear, socks, and shorts in, that I can access all through this closet right here. All right, now here's the built-in stuff I've done. Look, I've got a nice, this is I think it's a 900 watt microwave, bigger than the one I used to have. And then below it, this is my Ninja Foodie I got last Christmas, a year ago. So I can cook pizzas and other stuff in there, all right? And they're all nice and covered up. So when I'm going down the road, it just looks like cabinets. So that's most of the downstairs, all right? We're back to the stairs going up. All right, here we are climbing up the stairs. Got my paper towel sitting there. There's gonna be a permanent rack for them right there. Like I said, there used to be a cabinet right here. Now this is my landing to get into my bed area, and most trucks only have a twin or a twin XL, which is what I used to have. But because I've extended out the back, and you can see the cutout area, okay, right there, this is going to have room for a full-size mattress. And I've loved the Tuft & Needle Mint mattresses, so I just got a full size that's going to sit nicely in this area. So there's my cabinet. There's the big and strips for Rusty. Looking down at my driver's seat and everything. So this will be my new bed area. And directly ahead of me here on the landing, look, I've got a cabinet that I built partially to cover up the structural stuff behind, but also it's going to be a great little cabinet. Got my power line running in there, and this will serve as my nightstand area. And there's my upper vent for when the big truck engine's running. I've got another outlet up there so I can plug in my phone, what have you. A light switch which handles that light above my nightstand, and that light above my whole bunk area. Plus I've got the light that was already built into the truck back there. I can turn on by that panel over there. Alright, and I snaked up a new vent from my APU to come in over there. So when I'm running my APU, I'll have a vent there. There's going to be another one popping up right about there, but I haven't got that built yet. And there's going to be little cubby storage areas over there. Okay, so here I am sitting on my landing area upstairs looking at my whole new extension. Right here where that line is, that's used to be the back of the truck. And this is the new extension coming out. So I can say, like I say, I fit my whole full-size mattress up there. And there's looking down from here up to the truck. I can still utilize that storage area there. See, I'll put some cubbies there and stuff. So that's what this whole extension box is. This is basically all for my bed. But yet I put a closet in right over here. Alright, and this has got a nice size closet in there. Plenty of room. So that's nice. So here I am sitting upstairs, and I'm sitting on the landing right now in my bunk area, and you can see behind me, it's a little bright because that light over the nightstand area, and then over my bed area right there. So, and I still have access to those, you know, windows. Oops, which I'm, yeah, there you go. Now you can see it. And the one that's right behind me over here. So I've essentially built an upstairs in my truck. So it's a 2-level truck now. Like I say, as we look back down from the top, see, there's my stairs, there's my left foot, and a glove on the floor. So I've built a double-decker, 2-story sleeping arrangement here. I've gutted this whole thing out, and I've built all of this myself. Alright, I showed you that little cubby area upstairs where I'm going to have a vent coming up and more storage. I'm also going to build drawers for right here, right there, and right there. Because I used to have a little, you know, Walmart cheap plastic one that wedged behind my passenger seat and what used to be the fridge right there. So I'm going to put drawers in there. That's why these have overhangs. And there's going to be a wall on that side. So these drawer areas, the upstairs cubby, and finishing off the cabinet countertop stuff above the toilet is all that's left to do inside on this whole truck remodel. And I put in, you know, like home style lights up in my padding above my toilet, so if I bang my head it's padded. I put one back there, and of course I've got the lights upstairs, my custom cabinet here. This has all taken a long time, but this is going to be a nice little mini house to live in. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. You know, I started this thing at the end of September, so we're over 4 months now that I've been dealing with this and building it, but you know, there's been no blueprints. I've been having to deal with it, build it all on my own. It's like putting a puzzle together. I keep saying it's like putting a puzzle together, and yet you have to build the puzzle pieces. So, and I've had to do everything built into the structure of the truck so that this thing will all stay sound while I'm bouncing down the road. And if you go watch from the very beginning, you'll see how I've rigidly put everything in so that it's not going to move, not going to bounce, not going to fall apart. As I've said from the beginning, I wanted to do this once. I didn't want to have to rebuild stuff. So it's all very solid. It's all in there. You know, I'm going to have my C&T up there in the front for clutch truckers. So it's going to look like a studio, baby. It's going to be nice. I'm very excited to have a toilet in here. I've got better cooking options, better food refrigeration and freezer options. This is just, I'm going to have a bigger bed. Me and Rusty are going to be very happy in this truck once I get back on the road. So I hope to be back on the road. My wife's father's funeral is about a week from tomorrow. And then I hope to have all the stuff done by then. And then I've got to bring it down to Sap Brothers because I've got to get my clutch adjusted. I've got some brake pads I need replaced. I've got maybe a wheel seal on the trailer. I've got to do a DOT on the truck and trailer because now it's past due for all of that. And get an oil change and all before I get back on the road. So I'm hoping after the funeral a week from tomorrow, if I can get the truck over to Sap Brothers, so by the weekend I'll have the truck back, and then I can start loading everything up in here, get the mattress up here, get everything else up in here, and then by that following Monday, that is my goal, to be back on the road. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Yeah, at least finally finished with that panel on the passenger door. Boy, something like that shouldn't have taken that long, but it did. Anyway, got a whole other plan on everything else, and gave you a quick kind of overview of everything for those of you who are newer to the channel and were wondering about the whole remodel and what's going where, and because somebody just a couple of videos ago said, well, what's that box sticking out the back for? Oh, that's the whole bed. So there you go. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe, please like and comment. I get your comments usually within 24 hours while doing this project. And there's Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, and as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty out. Did you know it took Andre the Giant like a barrel of beer to get drunk? Hello, pretty lady. Anybody want a peanut? All right, he's ready, poised and ready. Oh, there it goes. And he's got it. You can see he's already comfortable with the pet bed being up there. Those are going to be my cushions for my seating area, though, Rusty. But yeah, you'll be able to sit up there with me, and there'll be plenty of room. There'll be cushions going all the way from the fridge over to that one. So there you go. Munch, munch, munch. I already got a happy dog look. How about that? All right, looks like you got it all. Alrighty, oh, still chewing. You got it, Rusty. You got it. Look up here.